And so as we begin this beautiful morning at Seaside, I invite each one of you to experience joy and love and grace by moving into the stillness of spirit and being exactly who you are. And moving from this place of stillness, from this place of grace and loving heart, I am full of the richness, for I know that God is the one power and presence in all life. I know that this is good, and I know that this is the life of wonder and joy. And I am grateful at this time for all those who came together to create this opportunity for service and message. And I know that Reverend Christian is absolutely inspired and sourced by the divine. And I am so grateful for each person who chose the call to be here today, for it fills me, and I enjoy the opportunity for watching you as you fill and be filled, as you love and be loved. And I am so grateful for this time and space in God, for God is the good of all, and I allow it to be, and so it is.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the power and the grace. I can feel the hush of angels' wings, the glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angel wings, the glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Thank you, Practitioner Jan and Reverend Fran, for for welcoming the presence within this place so powerfully. And thank you all again for being here to experience that presence in community with each other. And if you're here for the first time, we especially welcome you. If you choose, you can pick up a bag as you leave the sanctuary today, and you can pick up a free book in the bookstore. And just thank you for being here. Also, our spiritual practitioners are available to pray for you either in the chapel or in the gazebo. So we're here to support you in your spiritual growth and in your life transformation. So thank you very much for being here. And our wonderful Robin Mitchell is going to tell us a little bit about that power of prayer in her life.
Good morning again. I've been a part of Seaside for a long time. And as a practitioner even, I know that there's times when I feel very alone on this life journey for various and different reasons. I have been caregiving my mother for the last 7 years. And she, just this last 3 weeks ago, started going downhill really fast, making her transition. And she was at home. My son was taking care of her, and then she no longer could walk, and he found her on the floor. So it was a very eye-opening time and a very difficult time to try and figure out what the next phase would be to do, what the next care level was she would need. And I felt kind of hopeless about that, just not knowing, which way to turn. And then I was talking to some friends and some other practitioners, and someone mentioned hospice. And so I thought, what a great idea. How do I find the right hospice or whatever? And then going into prayer, I remember Michelle Tiernan, one of my fellow practitioners who's here, goes to Seaside, is a part of Seasons Hospice. So I called her one evening. The very next day she met me. She got my mother approved by hospice that day. By that afternoon, there was a nurse already over to the place looking into her and seeing what she needs. They brought her own wheelchair, so we didn't have to buy a wheelchair. They supplied her with all the medication and everything that she needed. Just a week after that, so God absolutely blessed me getting her into that place at that time. And then a week later, she was falling a lot, and my son found her on the floor in the morning, and we didn't know how long she had been there. So then it was time to do something else. And again, hospice gave me names of some facilities, some institutions that she could go to. I looked at some, and it just didn't feel right to me. And then I remembered David and Rika Gaffney have a board and care place here in Encinitas. They actually have two. I called him that night. I went over and saw their place the next day. It was so warm and so wonderful that we were able to, with hospice's help, to transition my mother into this facility. And it was great to bring her things over and to see her in there. And I had to leave and go home and get some paperwork. And when I brought it back, Dave came out and said, "Your mother is such a blessing to us. She just is so grateful. She just looks at me and just says, thanks me all the time for being so precious." And he thanked me for bringing my mom in. And when I went in to see my mom, she seemed so happy. And it's just... and when I sat down that night, I just had cried tears of joy because this is Seaside. This is this family. The answers are here. There's a definite connection. And I'm just so blessed. So I just wanted to share that all with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robin. We are so blessed by this community when we come together to share resources with each other. And prayer is so powerful, so let's go into prayer right now. So turning within to that place where I know there's only that power, that presence, that wisdom, that light, that love, that guidance, that abundance that I call God, and it doesn't no matter what one calls it, but it's that power that created this universe, that burst this universe into form 13.7 billion years ago and continues creating flowers and people and animals and planets and galaxies and every single universe out of itself continuously. It is that light and that love, that there is no place where that light and love and abundance of God is not. And that is who I am right here and right now, and each beautiful spirit here is. That light, that love, that abundance of spirit right here and right now, sharing this time together at Seaside in such a sacred way. And so I am knowing for this sacred time together that presence is truly in this place, that presence of light and love and abundance just permeates every soul of every cell of every person here, every cell of every body, every thought of every mind, the spirit, that connection of spirit, just allowing that presence of light and that love to be absolutely revealed as each one here. Knowing that as one of God, each person goes out into each life knowing who they are. And out of that light here at Seaside of love and confidence in that divinity of each person just flows from here out into this community, out into this country, and out into this world. This beautiful beacon of light from Seaside just glowing from right here and right now out of this time together. And for this sacred time together, for this light that is each person here glowing as spirit, I am so, so grateful as I release this word to the law, knowing that it is now done in perfect grace and love and wisdom and beauty. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? How are you? You're looking good. You're looking really good. Well, it's nice to hear all of this lovely change of service this morning, and Dr. Christina's words are always grounding and touching. You know, this morning we have a beautiful guest artist, Melissa Suzanne, and our beautiful choir is going to accompany her, and we're excited about it. We were excited about it first service as well, and we're continuing the excitement right now as I ask her to come to her microphone, and the band is going to put in their stuff with her too. She has CDs for sale. She travels the world. She comes from Laguna Niguel early this morning. Would you please give a warm welcome for Miss Melissa Suzanne and the Seaside Choir.
Thank you. Good morning. All right, guys. Me first. You guys are going to recognize this song. And if you want to get that energy going a little early, let's get it clapping like this. Than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quenching my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. Because your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me, and your love is lifting me higher, higher. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me higher, higher. Now I was downhearted, and disappointment was my closest friend. But then the Spirit came, and He soon parted, and He never showed His face again. Because your love is lifting. Sing it with us. Your love is lifting me, and your love is lifting me higher, higher. And your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me higher, higher. Yeah. see. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me higher, higher. Your love is lifting. Let me hear you. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me higher, higher. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me higher. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me Thank you so much. And once again, let's have a round of applause for the choir today, this morning, and for the band.
And what about Melissa Suzanne? Welcome to Seaside. We're so grateful to finally get you here. You have been big throughout the movement and finally came to the hot spot on the planet called Seaside. Welcome, choir. Oh my goodness, you guys are fabulous. I just love it. Love it when you sing. You just lift us so high, so much higher. Hey, good morning, Seaside. What a joy it is to be with you in this higher stratosphere of love and joy. And truly the blessings and the beauty of God is upon this place, and we can feel it and we sense it. And it's an exciting day, a day in which there's some changes going on, with a day in which we begin a wonderful new 6-7 week series on prosperity every fall. We take some time and spend a few weeks just taking a look at the universal prosperity principles that are available to anyone and everyone. This year our theme is about give joyfully to help change lives, and Seaside has been about changing lives. We are here to make a difference in your lives, and together we have created a space that makes a difference in other people's lives. We have touched more lives than you will ever begin to know because of the givingness and the generosity that you are. And so we are kicking off today our wonderful prosperity series where we, Seaside gives to you all sorts of ways that you can take this message in a deeper way into your life. Not only do you get to hear me carry on a Sunday morning, but you know what? We have Sacred Circles, which is a small study group in a neighborhood near you on a convenient night, facilitated by one of our great spiritual practitioners to a small group environment of maybe 12 people that come together to take a look at the ideas of this Sunday message. How can I use this week's timeless truth of self-worth? Because today I'm going to be talking about self-worth. I'm going to be sharing with you really the bottom line foundation for your prosperity is to know that you're worth it. You are worth it. To help facilitate that, we're offering you these free Thursday night lectures. The ministers are getting together this Thursday. I'm sharing some ideas. Reverend Fran is playing the music, and it's going to be a powerful Thursday night. We're finding ways to joyfully give and to share so we can begin to recognize the value of who you are, which is an expression of God. I like that. How does that feel? You're an expression of God. Woo-hoo-hoo, yeah, woo. It's like, you know, some traditional places may call that blasphemy, but we come back to the basic premise. If God is everything, then I got to be that. I'm not all of that, but all that I am is of that. If I'm not worthy, if God's not worthy, I don't know who could be more worthy than God. So, Marv, you got this Rumi quote. He said, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" Yeah, here's some. You were born with wings. Yeah. Why are you crawling? Why is it that you are struggling? Why is it that you are seeing yourself less than magnificent? What is it that is keeping you down as opposed to allowing the love to lift you higher? Spirit is here to express through you as your very life. And so what I'm going to share with you over the next few weeks is that which can open up the door to a greater power. And that greater power is your inspired self. Is that inspired strength of your being. It's not outside somewhere. It's not giving your power away. That's cultish. What we do here is say, look inside of yourself and recognize that self that you are, that God expression, and allow that inspiration to be the new strength and the new power that sets things in motion. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Yesterday is not today. Duh. But it's kind of profound if you stop to think of it. Because what happens is people take their past and bring it into their future. What I'm here to say is bring some self-worth here. I don't care how magnificent of a past you had. I don't care if you were in the headlines, if you were the news of what the great things you did. That's not what you are today. You are something new. And I don't care how difficult of past you might have, how betrayed, how downtrodden you were in your life. It does not create what today is. Your self-worth will allow you to be current and fresh and bring forth the Spirit of God in your life that is relevant and real for your self-expression here today in your life. Woo! George Bernard Shaw said the wisest person in his life is his tailor. Because every time he shows up, he measures him up, sizes him up, and takes a new measurement. Where all of his friends, every time they see him, they figure, he is who he is, and they fit him into the suit they already have for him. You're new. You're fresh. You don't fit into labels, You're not going to fit into a jam jar because you're strawberry. You are an extraordinary, unique, diverse expression of spirit. And as you are walking through this thing called life, you may stumble and you may have mistakes. Because that's what happens. But that doesn't mean who you are is a mistake. It means you had some mistakes and you stumbled. I was doing counseling a couple of years ago, a couple. And the guy pretty much been operating most of the financial aspect of their household, and they had their business, and his business had tanked, and he was losing his business, and the multiple streams of revenue that he had coming into his world had been shut off. The economy a couple of years ago was not in the happiest place. They were losing their house, and he couldn't sleep at night. The worry, the anxiety, he was eating the Ambien at night so he could sleep. And he was sitting there with his wife, finally conveying to her the extent and the magnitude of what they were going through, tears rolling down his face. I can remember she got up. She put his hands on his shoulder and looked him in the eye and said, "We'll start over again." It's like, start over? New? It's like that never dawned on him. It's like he was trying to struggle, trying to make it work, trying to rehash. He'd lay awake at night, worrying, concerned, how can I make this happen? The thought of, I'm going to start new. It's a new day. It is a new dawn. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I'll be glad in it. It is new. It is fresh. And when you love yourself enough and you have enough self-worth, you can say, I've pushed this long enough. It is a new day, and I'm going to step up to a new kind of place, a new level. Because one of the worst mistakes that we can make in our life is to be afraid of making a mistake again. It doesn't matter how much you have lost. Don't become gun-shy to making a mistake again. You have got to find that oomph within inside your being, that spiritual inspiration is your strength that will move you to a whole new level of self-expression. And you will form a habit. What you do is you make your habits, and your habits make your life. Now, if your life is in the tank, you got a habit that is perpetuating that, and it's time to take a look. You know what? I need to change something here. But what happens too much is people continually abuse themselves. You mess up, you can't be dependent, it doesn't work out for you, your body is betraying you, whatever that is, the economy. There's something Elizabeth Gilbert said. And we start our whole Sacred Circles this season with her quote. She's the one who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. She said, "Never forget that once upon a time, in an unguarded moment, you recognized yourself as a friend." Never forget there was a moment that you saw yourself as a friend. Not the judgmental one, not the one that holds you down or keeps the fire under your heels, that keeps you jumping, trying to move faster than time so it doesn't catch up with you. But there's something inside of you that knew, that believed. That's what I want you to follow. That's what I want you to listen to know that you are worthy to bring forth the expression of God in your life. Forgive what is gone. Yesterday is not today. We're opening a door and allow that inspiring strength to move you to a whole new expression. Feel that power. There's a saying about don't follow in the footsteps of the wise. Seek what they sought. I like that. Well, I don't want you to follow. This creation isn't like logical. It's an essence. It is a life force. You know, the old Zen saying with the master pointing to the moon, and all his students are talking about his hand. It's like, it's not about the hand, and it is not about the mechanics. Your success is not this logical, linear kind of thing, but rather it is an unfoldment. It is, you know, I have taken enough seminars in my day, taught enough in my time about like the 7 steps to success. You've seen those 6 easy steps to your wealth. The webinars are huge these days. They're free. Go online. What do they sell you when you go on those free webinars? They sell you the thing that they're actually selling you by these 3 easy steps will transform your life. They make it sound like any moron could become an internet success and be a billionaire by Friday. It's like, and then I feel so bad because I'm not a billionaire yet in that kind of 6 easy steps to prosperity. I want you to get that having a sense of self-worth and knowing you're good is an unfolding process. That truly the beauty of spiritual community is that we are here together and that our success, it's a journey. There are emotions, there are feelings. We think there is a journey, there are ups, there are downs. And as we do this thing called life together, we are around people of like minds who can care and love and support us and hear our story. Hold up a mirror. It's not just, boy, I do this, I change my thinking, and boom, things change. Yes, that's how it works. But we tend to have some of those habits that have been established that are not based upon your self-worth and your value. And so instead of looking at where that hand is pointing and saying 6 easy steps will get me to the moon, there's something inside of me that knows that it is a journey and that there is this alchemical aspect of my being that can alter and disrupt any of the unfolding, predestined, causative factors that are going on in my life. You can set a new pattern to your being in motion at any moment. As a creative expressor, as an evolutionary leader, as a divine gifter to humanity, you change lives and you make a difference if that's what you know you are and what it is that you do in this world. And to know that things are moving and changing rapidly. And if you're trying to hold on to how it is you used to do it, all of a sudden you can begin to hit that place of worry. I used to do it like this and it's not working like this anymore. Well, you know what? Of course it's not working like this anymore because life is fluid. Life is moving. There is new expression that is being called forth. If you want security in your life, listen to your passion. The past does not determine your future, your passion. That power and the strength that comes from that inspired self is what makes the difference in your life and your world. If you're trying to hold on to the job the way it was because it was a good corporate or factory job, I want you to know that you will live in a place of dependent upon something outside, trying to hold it together. Well, those kind of jobs are being outsourced, they are being downsized, they are being diminished. And it's not because things are bad. It's because life changes. It morphs, it evolves. And there are sectors that are blossoming and blooming. The demands for individuals and the pay in which they receive is some of the highest ever across the board. But are you able to step into the new expression, have enough self-worth to know that I'm not dependent upon this position that I've held for 20 years. I am stepping into my new kind of self-expression. I got to tell you, a few years ago, I never even heard of a webmaster. Yeah? I didn't even know what the internet was. Yeah? Things are coming out differently. Remember, I used to have a boom box I used to play cassettes in. Now it's your playlist from your cell phones. There are new ways of expression that are calling forth for you to be a success and supported in ways that are grand and glorious. Are you able to say yes? A green architect. What on earth is that? But that is a hot field right now. life coaches. A few years ago, they had never heard of such a thing. We had spiritual practitioners, and that's where you went to get your life coaching because they included spirit. It is, are you able to rise with the tide, with that new mushrooming expression of spirit in the world in which you're walking? Are you able to listen? The Buddha said, if you don't go to yourself for it, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Outside? That person, that wise person whose footsteps you're not supposed to go in, but seek what they sought. Listen. The sacred circles are beginning this week. You've heard me share. Reverend Catherine did a phenomenal job. It's the best ones we've had in a long, long time, if not the best ever. One of the exercises from this week, it has you take a look at where in your life are you comparing yourself to others. If that's not a sabotage, I don't know what is. So then it asks you, hey, you know what? What are some of your positive adjectives about yourself? How it is that you would describe yourself with the positive adjectives? Fun, zany, spiritual, passionate, alive. And then they ask you to go ahead and make a personal ad. Here I am, the zany, passionate, alive, dynamic, spiritual individual looking for a good time. Those are the kind of things that will stir your soul, that allow you to create a foundation of self-worth as opposed to self-betrayal and undermining. Move you beyond the habit pattern of seeing what isn't working or the betrayal of whatever has let you down in your life. It is time to forgive it and let go and to step forward. Yesterday is not today. You get to step to a new place and be that which you're intended to be. I remember when I was graduating from school, I went to Europe and I stayed with some family over in France. And my cousin, there was this wonderful coffee shop by his house. We'd walk down often. And the place was just hopping. It was alive. They had great coffees and the croissants and the pastries in the morning and the sandwiches at lunch. And at night, it was just the music and the whole ambiance and the vibe was great. And I remember I was getting ready to leave, and I spoke to the owner, and I told her, this place is fabulous. You should open some of these shops, through the city. It could expand. And she said, thank you very much, but no thank you. This is not L.A. And it stuck with me for a long time. And what I came to realize is that it's not always about expanding out there. Her joy and her happiness was living her dharma, was living her place, doing what she loved, knowing her patrons and her customers. Her and her husband had a thing going, and they had it balanced in their life, and they enjoyed how it worked, and they were at the edge of their financial whatever it was, and they were content. And is not that contentment and that joy and that self-expression what is important in our life? Yes. That's the value of self-worth. Yeah. Tom Peters, big-time business guru, once said that make sure you spend time doing those things you say are your priority. Make sure you spend time doing those things you say are your priority. I mean, we say family is important, but do you spend all the time at work? Or if you're not at work, is it filling your head with thoughts as opposed to not being present? Say health is important to you, but do you find yourself getting outside, walking, exercising, doing that which honors your body, your mind, and your soul? Do you make doing those things in your life a priority? Do you have enough self-worth to say, you know what, I am worthy of going out and playing a game of tennis once a week and doing yoga a couple times a week, eating organic, non-GM foods? Am I willing to do these things and spend the dollars that might be a little bit more to do that which I say is a priority in my life? Or do I just fall back in the old habit patterns because that's what's creating my life, is those habit patterns? I'm not willing to spend the extra dollars for those vegetables that I know are cleaner. I'm not saying one is right or wrong. I'm just putting out there thinking for us to help solidify our life reflecting our self-worth. Because what is it you're looking at? There's a fun little exercise, Marv. I don't know if you can get it up, but somebody sent this to me. I thought it was interesting. There's going to be some dots on the screen, if it does work. And yes? No, Marv? Yeah. We got about, there we go, okay. All right, you see those three yellow dots on the outside? Okay, now watch, there's going to be this green one in the middle. And as you watch that green one, and just focus in on the green one, you notice the yellow one's disappearing, and then coming back, and looking at that green one. What I want you to understand is those yellow dots are not going away. They are staying there continuously. It's just as you focus in on that center one, that on the periphery kind of goes away. It kind of comes and it goes. You see that? Is it working? That's right. Slant doesn't work. Got to be full on. Okay, Marv, that's good. Thank you. So what I want us to get from that is that as you put your focus on that one thing, whether it is your joy or your pain, whether it is your story of success or victimhood, the other things begin to fall away and disappear. It's not as if those options don't exist. Those yellow dots never disappeared from the screen. They were there the whole time. But they kind of came and went based upon a moment's focus. What I want for you so much is for you to experience a wild success in your life. I want so much for you to experience such a wild success that you are elevated to the next level. I want your wild success to be the deluxe version where you are living with a joy, with an ease, with a freedom, with a grace, with an abundant flow for doing what it is you love to do and doing it the way you want to do it. Doing it the way you came here into this world to do it. And there will always be people who will tell you that's not the way. They're wrong. Cut your hair. No. Yep. But you get to decide what voice you're going to listen to. The voice that sees you as a wildly success deserving because your self-worth is a solid foundation to reach heaven from or to be in heaven with. Or for those who are like coaching you down from the mountain, talking you down. Come on, you're a little high up there. Come on off that ledge, that Windows ledge. It's not quite so safe. And those voices oftentimes are well-meaning, but they're coming from fear. They're coming from a critique or a criticism. And this cultural voice that is well-meaning often is posed in this sense of the cultural voice that is often coming from an emptiness or a bitterness, one that's unsatisfied. Let's face it, there aren't too many voices out there that is telling you to follow your inner rock star, following that anointed one of your being, telling you to go out onto the edge, that window ledge of life, and to fly. Because some people were meant to fly. You were born with wings, Rumi told us. And I know you were born to fly. And as one listens to those other voices that are calling you back to be a little bit more practical, to play it a little bit more safe, I want you to know I'm going to be standing here coaching you on and insisting and pushing you to fly, to soar, to know that you're worthy to bring forth your dreams. Because I'll tell you what, to bring forth those dreams, it doesn't come from the old patterns and the old ways of doing it. It comes from a bold vision, a big love. It comes from listening to a new frequency, from a new cry, a uniqueness that is blowing in the wind. It is coming from listening and looking to the light that comes from the moonbeams of your heart and the mist of your soul. There is something that is beyond that which you have already experienced. You didn't come into this world to do that which has already been done. You have come here to do something unique, something special, something wonderful, and I will be cheering you on. I'll be dancing, whistling, hooting, saying, you can do it, you can do it, you are worth it. Been waiting for you. I love you. Hey, let's keep it going as we bring Melissa Suzanne back to the stage. Okay.
got so excited at that last part, and I got to calm myself back down for the song. This song is called Answer the Call. There's something in your heart that needs to be expressed. Spirit wants to speak through you. A talent or a gift, something to share with the world and everyone around you. When you feel the love speaking through you, only one thing you need to do. Just answer the call of spirit within you. Discover what you're meant to be. The one thing that you know you've been created for, you will see. If you answer the call, there's something in your heart that needs to be expressed. Spirit wants to speak through you. A style or a way, you've got something to say, and someone out there needs to hear you. When you feel the love speaking through you, oh yeah, yeah. There's only one thing you need to do. Feel free to sing along. Just answer the call of spirit within you. Discover what you're meant to be. The one thing that you know you've been created for, you will see. Let's sing that again. If you answer the call of spirit within you, discover what you're meant to be. The one thing that you know you've been created for, you will see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you answer the call, don't you know it's all you've been waiting for? All you have to do is open the door and answer the call of spirit within. Sing it with me. Discover what you're meant to be. One thing that you know you've been created for, you will see. Yeah. If you answer the call. Now let's just sing that part again. If you answer the call. If you answer the call. In my life, in your life, yeah. You answer the call. Spirit is calling. If you answer the call. All right, choir, let me hear you. Clap like this. Answer the call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Answer the call. Yeah. If you answer the call. Let me hear you now, guys. Two more times. If you answer the call. Last time together. If you answer the call. Thank you so much. Thank you for singing with me on that song. Thank you. And once again, let's give a round of applause to the band.
And that is Melissa Suzanne. Yeah. Wow. Answer the call. You wrote that song, didn't you? You did. That is perfect for today. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, this is the time of our service where we have the opportunity to unite together in our givingness. It is a time to listen to our heart and know that your givingness changes lives. That as we say yes to that which we've brought into this world, able to stand on a conviction of self-worth and know that what I have is valuable to share in the world in which I walk, that I am supporting Spirit showing up in my life, and as I support the Spirit in my life, what I find is that it shows up in ever greater ways in my life, as well as emanating out into the world in which I live. And so I invite you to listen to your heart. Listen, say yes to God's motion as you become the activity of God's abundance as your life. You cannot outgive Spirit. So with that, I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward at this time, and I want to say thank you to those that mail in your contributions. Thank you to our home audience and the live people watching us live stream. Thank you to those who remember us with the auto tie, that regular systematic support. I share this heartfelt appreciation with the most generous of spiritual communities, knowing that the blessings of the divine is upon this moment in ever-increasing, expanding kind of ways. For the wonder of Spirit moves through each and every one. For each of us is that ever-expanding expression of God's abundance. For we're dealing with a reservoir that is infinite, and each of us becomes that vehicle and that avenue through which it pours into the world in which we walk. For that pump is primed by our action, and we step into the fullness. The road is paved before we drive on it, and I know right now that what lies before me is the unfoldment of my activity as Spirit in my life, and the law says yes. So living in the grace and the abundant good of Spirit, I say thank you for this opportunity to be blessed and to share those blessings joyously. So it is. Amen. And so our new affirmation of abundance is: Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. You like that one? Woo! Let's do it again. Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Woo! Hey, those are the guys from Seaside. Boom. Bob Mathis blowing those horns. Hollis there on the drums, Tommy on that bass fiddle, and Lynn Willard on the Bergendorf. Great job. Speaking of great job, Alyssa Suzanne. About time we got you down at Seaside. Beautiful music today. Thank you. And take her home with you on the CD version. I don't think your hubby will let them throw you in her car. Hey, Reverend Fran, thank you for your artistic direction and the wonderful choir. Fabulous, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Looking forward to more of you during the holiday season. And Dr. Christina, joy to share Sunday mornings with you. Giving us sound in the back is Ed. Giving us the visuals, Marv. Kept you busy today. And there's Tim podcasting this to the world or live streaming. Hey, guys, we love you wherever you are out there. And hey, you guys have been handing out cards, huh? What's this about? You guys want to tell me? Anybody want to say?
They're for our parents.
Oh, very nice. And what are they?
They're cards.
Wow. Okay. Hey, what's your card say?
My card says,
You
are special.
There you go. Hey, we got the teens from North Hollywood. Welcome to the beach. Woo! North Hollywood, that's where I grew up. Man, right there, Laurel Canyon. That was my turf. Can't tell you stories from there. But they were good. Anybody else want to say anything? You got cards? What kind of cards?
Harris, who's Harris?
Harris.
Harris, you go, Harris.
Wait, which card? The business card?
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, so in the teen group today, we made business cards that were like symbolic, and they're all affirmative and stuff. So on the card, we put our name, a kind of talent or something about our personality, and then we put a motto, a little logo, and an email. I put a fake email because, honestly, I don't want 100 emails.
I need a social media marketer. Love to get 100. Well, hey, thank you. Welcome down here. Lots going on at Seaside. Read the Sunday program. I gave each of you in that program 2 free tickets to the Thursday night. Pass them around. I'll still let you in free without them. But it's a wonderful way to pass the word. We want to assist you in experiencing the wealth in your life, the ease, the freedom. When I talk about wealth, it's the freedom, it's the joy. It is a life of fulfillment, and I want that for you with all my being, for sure. Let's see, today the singles are getting together for a brunch. Friday they're doing a happy hour, and they won't tell me where it's at, but I'm sure it'll be a good spot. And classes are going on this week. We got Wednesday night, starting Wednesday, got Reverend Catherine doing the midweek service here, so plan to be here. Then Thursday, we got Enneagram with Nancy, that's starting up. We've got always Thursday drop-in class with Dr. Leo Fishbeck. Saturday, we've got Reverend Catherine's treatment workshop. It will teach you how to do your prayers and treatments so they work. And it's just a lot of goods going on. So I invite you to join us for this 6 weeks into the Thanksgiving service where we celebrate with a big harvest festival with Thanksgiving going on all over. But what I want to do right now is pray. Healing is the thrust of our movement since its conception. I want to invite any of our religious science practitioners that are in the house to please stand. These are the individuals that have spent years training themselves in the art of prayer and meditation so they are able to know the presence of God. They're available to you after service, no cost for prayer. Go to our prayer center, go to the prayer chapel, go to the prayer gazebo. They are praying all over the place because we believe in prayer. Can never get too much. So right now, I invite you to step into that upliftment. Let love lift you higher. Let the applause elevate your soul. Let the vision call you into the greater realm that is yet to be as your very experience. For right now, in this moment, I rest and I pause in the ever-loving embrace of the divine and come to remember that which I am, that which breathed me into expression, the very first cause. For I know right now what I am is Spirit expressing that the truth of who I am is that divine frequency in which I reside, and what emanates out from this center, this God center that is center is everywhere, is that divine understanding of wholeness and well-being that actualizes in the relevant ways within our individual lives. For truly I need not guide that intelligence that guides it all, but I become receptive to that place and recognize that which I am is worthy of experiencing a healing. There's a healing going on in this moment. Claim it. Know that right now that any challenge that you might be facing, label it what you will. But know that the spiritual truth of being knows how to dissolve and neutralize, that there's a new frequency that is calling you to the edge of the greater possibility of your wholeness, of your life, of your abundance, of your success. Feel the wonderful flow. Live in the fluidity and that affluent flow of God's greater good expressing as your life now. Claim it and say yes to that. That's the affirmative approach to living that neutralizes anything unlike itself. The floodgates will open and pour forth the rich blessings that are relevant in those places of need in this moment in our lives. I stand as a witness to the divine demonstration, knowing every prayer in our prayer chest is answered. That Seaside continues to grow and to thrive and to prosper because it continues to put Spirit first and be led by the vision and know that there's a greater answer always in store. Knowing that the divine moves in this moment, I am grateful that these words I have spoken, that they are the truth, that it is manifesting now. I'm appreciative of the wonderful expression of life that I am living in, which includes this moment, this vision that all of us are in together. The beauty of community. Knowing that it is the journey, that it is not just steps, but it is the life journey with its stories and its fullness and its emotions and its love. And I let go trusting this with a deep trust, an unshakable conviction, and an unwavering faith in the divine right action of this moment as my life. And for this I am worthy. And so it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I did not know the love of God was at hand. Trying to make it through just one more day. You got to let it go, let it go, let it go, let it all go. And this is what we have to come on now. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. You know there's no more struggle and no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. I'm only here for God. You know I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. Yeah, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. And there's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Seaside, take one now. I've been and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. You know there's no more struggle, no more strife. Yes, I'm only here. Yes, I'm only here. I'm only here for
All right. Hey, our affirmation for the weekend. Good. Together. I am worthy of all of God's good. Again. I am worthy of all of God's good. Come on, like you mean it. I am worthy of all of God's good. And our song of grace.
Hello. I'm living in love. I'm living in peace. I'm living my life. What I believe. Through joys and through fears. In this world I walk. God's grace shines on me. And it shines on us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We're living in love. We're living in peace. United we stand as one family. We honor all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me and it moves through us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace.